on IWTV News.
Fall Harvest at Iowa Western. A special night for some special people who share a common cause. Rockin' the vote on campus. Getting involved in Weaver Country. Show on the offensive. The fifth-ranked team in the country getting back to basics? Does it work? Taking aim at a new era. Shooting the breeze with the newest weapon in the Iowa Western athletic arsenal.
From the campus of Iowa Western, you're watching IWTV News.
Hello and welcome to IWTV News. I'm JJ Davis. Big night, big shindig here on campus. Everybody all snazzied up and looking sharp, all for good cause. Weaver Country's biggest fundraiser of the year. It's a chance to do a little business with a smile. And it's a chance to honor a couple who have shared the fruits of their labor with others, including Iowa Western. Under the Sea. It's a theme for the 20th annual Black Tie Harvest for Scholarships. Over 450 loyal Iowa Western supporters pour into Weaver Arena for the largest fundraising event of the year. Silent and live auction items on display. From the home team, as well as the home of the Hawkeyes and much, much more. Truckloads of items up for grabs. It's a picture that began taking shape in 1967.
I went to Iowa Western in 1968 for a class. It wasn't built at that time. And to see the growth and development, but now to see the opportunities for the scholarships has been amazing.
1, 2, 3. Anytime a community can come together and show support for any organization, especially one as great as this college, I think it's a pretty special event. And if you look around the room tonight, there's a lot of wonderful people here, and they're showing a lot of support to the college in a way that I think will last for a long time in the future.
I've worked with the college since 1999, and if you've been around that long or longer, you realize the great transformation that has happened here.
Event chairs John and Andrea Marshall welcomed their special guests to this yearly celebration.
The list of financial contributions from the chambers is extensive. They've given generously to the college's annual Black Tie Harvest event and to the Weaver Athletic Department.
Dr. Ward and Suzanne Chambers are then celebrated with the Investment in Excellence Award.
Both of us were raised to get a higher education. And I think, at least in my values and our values, that being able to help young people get an education is maybe one of the most important things we could do. And so this was, I think, very satisfying to both of us.
I'm Danny Cook. I'm from Underwood, Iowa. I studied exercise science and I play football here.
Former St. Albert stud Danny Cook, along with over 2 dozen and change presidential scholars, recognized.
7.5 here, now 800, now half, and now 850, 800, now 900, now
16 live auction prizes then go to the floor.
So the front row, thank you, that's $2,100.
It's fun to see all your friends and kind of encourage them to bid on things, and it's just a wonderful evening for Iowa Western.
This is for the kids and for scholarships and help raising money. For charity, for a good cause, for Iowa Western, woo woo! Yes, and my niece goes here, she loves it. And my son will be going here next year.
This has been a wonderful fundraiser over the years since we started this in 1996.
How good does this make you feel?
Oh, it makes me feel great. It's really great for kids, and the more we can do to help young people, the better it is.
The 20th annual Black Tie Harvest for Scholarships is bigger and better than ever. Now, before this latest night of living and giving, more than $2 million has been raised through various black tie events. It's a cause well worth it for a college that very well values the worth of its students. And on this late September fall night at Iowa Western, it all happens under the sea. From the indoors to the outdoors, statement game over at Titan Stadium, only who makes the statement. But up next, making a difference, getting involved on campus when we come back.
From the campus of Iowa Western, this is IWTV News.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
It's always been said the youth of today are our future, and so it goes at Iowa Western. The world is waiting. Well, some of the kids here on campus are not waiting. They think their future's at stake, so they're taking action. Here's IWTV student Devin Holcomb.
And I'm proud to be a Iowa Western alum. I'm proud to be a Iowa Western faculty. I'm proud to be here today, and I hope that
with election season now in full swing, local legislators are pushing their messages.
I hope that you will consider me for the District 22 House seat of Representatives.
While potential candidates look to better their communities, many will rely on votes from Iowa Western students to better their opportunity.
It's very important and necessary in the development of our United States of America to exercise our free right to vote, and that in not doing so, it only creates conflict. And there's always something wrong to find in not doing it.
Jeremiah Bauer, a political science instructor at Iowa Western, says young voters play a vital role in the local elections.
I always implore them, if you have any ideas, if you have any objections to the way the country is running, the way the government is working, or if you're for the direction the country's going and the way the government is working, go out and make your voice heard.
According to Iowa Western student Sahil Patel, if you don't vote, you can't really complain.
It's pretty important because that's literally the whole point of democracy. If we don't vote, mob rule, you know?
For some, the thought process for choosing the right candidate is simple.
Say someone who has more of the people's interest at heart and not their own.
Of course, in order to have a say, people have to first become registered voters. Iowa Western is trying to make sure students understand their impact.
There's several people. I am always glad to help any student that's trying to work through how to get themselves registered, how to request absentee ballots, anything along those lines.
Local resident Adam Mans says each vote carries significant weight.
Really make a difference. It gives you a chance to spread your opinion, and that's ultimately what we want as Americans is a voice, and that is our voice, is the ability to vote.
The election day is Tuesday, November 6th. The deadline to request an absentee ballot in Iowa is October 26th. For IWTV News, I'm Devin Holcomb.
Thanks, Devin. And the band plays on. Oh, and speaking of the band, it's quite a process for the Iowa Western Marching Band. You see, it's game week, so a lot of fine-tuning and preparation for the big football game. With music to our ears, here's IWTV student Kaylee Kleineff with photographer E.J. Wren.
Rain or shine, the Iowa Western Marching Band puts its best foot forward in preparation for a successful halftime show. The theme this year is heavy metals, including these songs, Master of Puppets by Metallica, 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars, and Back in Black by AC/DC. Don Fisher, band director at Iowa Western, tells us exactly what goes into making his 22 band members light up on the football field.
There's a lot of preparation that happens beforehand. I have to write all of the drill, which is everyone the spots that people are going to on the field as they're playing the music. We have to learn that and then learn the music separately. We have to memorize the music and then kind of put that together. So I would say the majority of our time is spent really putting the two together. It's kind of easy to do one or the other, doing all of that at the same time.
The band rehearses 3 times a week. The majority of the members are non-music majors.
My favorite thing to do is basically play music. I really like playing on the new show music, which is based around hard rock. I really love playing that as it sounds really great.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The band rehearses their songs multiple times just to get it perfect, and the moment it takes the football field, these musicians look like naturals to the crowd. Even on a cloudy day, the Iowa Western Band still gets everyone excited to be at the game.
I've been told by a bunch of football players before, they'll come up and thank the band after the game because we get them pumped up. And a lot of football games that I go to, if they don't have a band, it just kind of makes it all bland. You just get to watch and you don't really get any background stuff. You don't get to dance around with the music and everything.
Honestly, I think the most rewarding thing is really just seeing the kids having fun and enjoying their lives in music. I think that's really what it's all about. It's about making a place for these kids to have fun and enjoy making music together.
The Iowa Western Marching Band is so much more than just a band. It's one big family. When these marching Reavers end their performance, the crowd responds the only way it knows how. For more information about Iowa Western's marching band, email dfisher@iwcc.edu, or if you're on campus, stop in at the Arts Center at the lower level.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2018 Reaver Marching Band.
With your IWTV News, I'm Keely Kleineff.
Thanks, Kaylee. Now, hit me with your best shot, literally on target. But first, does the 5th-ranked football team bounce back in style? After the break.
Bye-bye. Get home safe. Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Yeah, last week, a wake-up call. No more room for error, if they're lucky. The Iowa Western football team, surprise losers last week, looks to get back on track. The 5th-ranked Reavers tackle 3 of their next 4 opponents at home, starting with the invading Conquistadors. Big Blue comes busting out against Dodge City.
Great dance, guys. Have a great game.
Iowa Western shakes on it, ranked 48th nationally in scoring, averaging just over 22 points per game. Early first quarter, Devin Drew Morris Joseph meted the quarterback. And Atlias Bell with a 19-yard scoop and score, 7-zip Reavers 3.5 minutes into the game. The visitors then march 75 yards on 8 plays. Anthony Watkins races the final 13 to the corner. Tie game halfway through the quarter. Second quarter, home team's up 14-9. Dodge QB Drew Harris picked off by Daniel Issam. The dark side forces 5 turnovers. A little later, TJ Starks finds Nick Singleton, number 6. Whoops! One of his 7 catches, 109 yards. Gayflor Flomo carries the rock up the gut, 8 yards for the score. 21-9 Big Blue under 10 minutes left in the half. The defense, 11 tackles behind the line of scrimmage. Chester Graves slams the door. Quarterback TJ Starks looking more comfortable. Off to the races. 39 yards, 28-9 Iowa Western at the half. Starks, 18 of 25, 231 yards and 2 touchdowns. This rope to Nick Singleton covers the last 21. 35-9 Reavers in the third quarter. The dark side shuts down the Conquistadors through 3 quarters. Willie O'Hara, wait for it, 14 total tackles. Scott Strohmeyer's club takes a 42-9 lead into the fourth. Dodge City throws up 13 more points. Too little, too late. Big Blue gets out of Dodge with a 42-22 win.
I think when you can get into a little bit of a rhythm, it was a slow start offensively. We got a couple big plays defensively.
Felt like your quarterback grew up a little bit today.
Well, I think, he as long as he continues to gain confidence, and that's the biggest part of it, is if you're confident in what we're doing, he can be really good. He's got all the talent in the world and all the ability, and now when you see a little bit of confidence, you can see what he's capable of.
Yeah, it was definitely better. I'm progressing. The game is starting to slow down for me, and it's with the help of my teammates and with Coach Stroh helping me in the film room.
Devin got the strip sack, and I had one against Carsville and I didn't score, so I just wanted to redeem myself and grab the touchdown and score. But it was a good strip sack by Devin, though, that led to the touchdown.
Anytime, you can bounce back from the loss, and people might have, they're seeing on film that, we haven't played up to our potential sometimes offensively, and, it gives them some energy to come out here and try to knock us off. But for us to come out and put 42 up and have a chance, 49, one called back, and, I probably missed another opportunity. But, hopefully it is a statement. Hopefully this is a sign of what's coming.
Next week is for the Region 11 Championship.
That's right, and the 5th-ranked Reavers look to bring home the trophy again from Ellsworth.
Iowa Western!
Go! All in all, TJ Starks' best game of the year. Seemed more confident, never hesitated, and as you can see, put up some good numbers. Nick Singleton could be emerging as the go-to receiver. A nice little compliment to the burner, Michael Zachary. At Elias Bell, right spot, right time. Set the tone with that fumble return for 6. Daniel Issam, big pick and an even bigger return of a blocked field goal for a TD. First time in Big Blue history. Up next, as you heard Coach say, for the conference championship in Panther Country. Next to some soccer. It's a tale of 2 teams here in Reaver Country. First to the ladies, another big hill climb. Try arch enemy Indian Hills. Here's IWTV student Riley Teaton.
A gorgeous day as the 9th-ranked Reavers battle the Warriors of Indian Hills. First half, 8th minute. Sophomore Laura Chavez gets the cross from freshman Mariah Lucas for the easy tap-in. 36th minute. Kuwani Sosa splits the defense and strikes. The freshman gives Iowa Western a 2-0 lead at halftime. Chavez's offense giving Indian Hills trouble all day.
Just in each practice, we've been increasing many plays for me to score, and also our other forwards and other players. It's just the group work that we've done, and that's why I have been doing so many assists and goals.
Great teams, they counterpunch you. And we were expecting that. We told them at the start of the second half, let's see what changes they make. They made they pulled one of their defenders that's really talented up into the midfield, causing us all kinds of problems. So we just kind of adjusted.
The adjustments pay off. Second half, 59th minute, on the breakaway. Chavez makes it look easy. Her second goal helps give the Reavers a 3-0 win.
I think we can do a little bit better job in our midfield as far as passing and finding those spaces of when to get forward and when to just kind of build and maintain. We can do a better job pressing and defending. But I think it's at this point we're just sharpening what we already do well, just so we have that edge. But I think we're in a great spot. We're exactly where we want to be at this point in the season. So it's just kind of fine-tuning it.
Iowa Western then rolls over Dakota County Tech 13-0. The Reavers record their third straight shutout in a row. For IWTV Sports, I'm Riley T.
The Iowa Western men's team then goes head-to-head with the Warriors of Indian Hills. The Reavers strike first in the 41st minute. Vicente Gallardo with an assist from Mateo Mendez Schroed. The home team takes an early advantage.
We didn't give up on the play, so luckily I got to finish at the end of it, but it was a great play from all the other players. They didn't give up on the play, flicked it on. Great play.
Second half, in just over 12 minutes in, the visitors strike back with a goal by Gustavo Barroso, and it's all tied up. Indian Hills outshoots Iowa Western 16-7. With less than 2 minutes left in the game, the Warriors on the attack. David Medeiros with the game winner. Indian Hills comes back to stun the Reavers 2-1.
We lost it in the last minutes of the game, so I don't know how you handle it. I would say just in general that we gave a game away that I think we played well enough to win.
First half, we were pretty solid. Second, we lost our discipline overall as a team. Oh, it starts from now. The boys know that we're not out. Everyone out there believes in themselves. I believe in the team. Our coach is behind us 100%, so it starts from right now.
Right, well, I think this team is an immature team, and it's been proven time and time again. I mean, our field, we've lost 3 games now on it. We've given up 7 goals. In 2013, we gave 7 goals combined on the whole year. We're used to keeping clean sheets on our field. We're used to being a dominant team on the field.
The Reavers dropped their second straight game at home and are now 2-3 at the Reavers Soccer Complex. For IWTV Sports, along with Chris Hansen, I'm Trevor Halligan.
Thanks, Trevor. Now, what about that top 5 volleyball team? On the road again. That's right, another weekend tournament, another 4 in 2 days. The third-ranked Reavers opened up the Johnson County tournament, wiping out the fort in 3. Iowa Western then knocked off Division II #1 and host school Johnson County 3-0. The visitors go 4 with North Platte the next day and win 3-1. And finally, Coffeyville by that same score. Reavers' record now 20-2. Big Blue on the road again at arch enemy Indian Hills in a midweek showdown, followed by another weekend tournament, the Barton Classic in Great Bend, Kansas. I've got a fever, Reaver fever. Don't be the last to know. I know this, our final story, bullseye, dead center, on the other side.
Drop that baby.
Schedule your campus visit today. Iowa Western. The world is waiting.
Welcome back to IWTV News. I'm Brian Tessmer. This week on Reaver Fever. The Iowa Western men's and women's soccer team are in action at the Reaver Sports Complex on Saturday, October 6th. The guys kick it around with Scott Community College at 2 p.m., followed by the girls at 4. Big Blue Soccer, Saturday, the first weekend in October. And it's never too early to think about homecoming. The big week runs from October 8th through the 13th. So make your plans. Homecoming at Iowa Western, the second week in October. And that's it for this week's Reaver Fever. I'm Brian Tessmer.
I've got a fever. Riva fever. Don't be the last to know. And finally, taking aim at a new sport here in Reaver Country. It's called sports shooting, and the new sheriff in town is right on target when it comes to the first season. Here's IWTV student Maridani Garcia.
On a quiet Thursday evening, the Iowa Western sports shooting team is having fun.
So this year is our first year. We have 9 athletes currently. We have 8 guys, 1 girl.
First-year head coach Derek Pollock was hired last spring. He says sports shooting is his passion and he would do anything to keep the game growing in numbers.
I grew up in the sport, so because of that, it's very important to me. I saw this as a way to kind of help the next generation of youth shooters.
With a small number of opportunities compared to other sports, shooting has been a big draw for Iowa Western in a short period of time.
I've been shooting since I was in 8th grade. I graduated in 17, and this is my second year at Iowa Western. I turned down college offers to come to Iowa Western for shooting, and so when I heard they finally got the team this year, I knew I had to join.
Even though they have a small group, the closeness within the team is very strong.
I love being on the team. I thought it would be weird being the only girl on the team, but honestly, they make me feel like I'm one of the guys. I just hang out. They don't treat me any differently. It's kind of fun being the only girl.
I like the team a lot. I like the camaraderie. I like being able to just go out and shoot with the guys and girl. Shelby's on the team, but we go out, we have fun, and we have fun shooting and have fun with each other as well.
Hey, the first one counted as a hit on the bottom.
I feel like we're just a big family at this point. All we do is just joke around and have fun. There's no really tense moments on our team. It's just great being around everyone. Before, I was just a regular college student, just sitting in my dorm wasting time, but now I can actually go out with the team and have fun and compete.
The sports shooting team practices 4 times a week in Omaha's Seymour Smith Park, preparing them for multiple duels throughout the fall.
My favorite part about it has to be the competitions and the trips to the competitions, because that is our bonding time. We all joke around with each other. We all, hype each other up.
While the team is having fun regardless, winning is also fun. Coach Pollock says right now he's focused on seeing daily progress.
My favorite part about the team is watching them get better. Already this year we've only been here, about a month, and I can already see a lot of improvement in a lot of these kids. So that's definitely the most rewarding part about this job.
The sports shooting team picked up the first win in program history September 22nd at Indian Hills. With IWTV News, I'm Maridani Garcia.
Thanks, Maridani. Of course, Iowa Western continues to grow. The Reavers do not follow, they lead. And so that's it for another edition of IWTV News. I'm JJ Davis, and as always, I'll see you around campus.
IWTV is online. Like us, follow us, watch us.